Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be looking at glare in Blender. Now, glare is actually really important because without it, sometimes a scene, especially something with lights or reflection, looks really flat. And giving it glare really adds that atmospheric feel, makes it feel warm, fuzzy, and it's actually really easy to do in Blender. Now, I do also want to mention Blender used to have a glare node, and if you have an older version of Blender, it may still have that. But many of you've probably noticed with the latest builds of Blender, we no longer have the bloom or the glare, whatever it was called. I think it was called bloom actually. It was right in here, and even if I change this to Eevee here, you'll see we don't see any option here for bloom. So the way we do this now is actually in Blender's compositor, which is actually really good because it gives us more control, and it kind of makes sense that they got rid of that. So what I'll do, it doesn't matter which one you're using, I'm just gonna go with cycles, and I'm just using this little lamp here that I made for demonstrating this over here. So you can see it's just a simple lamp. I've added an emissive material inside there, a little simple light bulb and some glass and whatnot. And if you guys want, I could do a tutorial on how to make this. So mention in the comment below. I can show you how to model this. But the idea here is just to go ahead and render whatever object you want that has some bright areas. So I'm going to go ahead and render this. And now that this is rendered, you can see I have this glow effect. Now what I'm going to do, yours won't have this, whatever you're working on. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go into the compositing up here. And you can see here I have all of these nodes. It's actually really, really simple. So what you're going to be seeing, and I'll quickly get rid of this, all you're going to see is this. I'll get rid of these. So you'll just have your image, and you probably won't even see it. So up here, there'll be a thing that says use node. You'll have to click on that. And then what'll pop up is your render layer and your composite. Okay, and you'll see your image in the background. Now, if you want to zoom closer, all you have to do is press V, and V will actually zoom you out. But if you go Alt V, it'll zoom you in. And if you hold Alt in and your middle mouse button, you can actually move the background like this. So keep that in mind, it's very handy. And then what you want to do is you can simply just go Shift A, search, and get a viewer node. That's not going to be here by default to get a viewer node. And what you can do is you can drag this into the viewer as well, the image. And it's nice just to kind of cut these two together because they share the same input. So we're just going to go Shift and right click and drag through them, and they cut together like this. So now we have this sort of cable here where we can come and add our node. So we're going to go Shift A, search, and we're going to get a glare, and just simply get a glare node and place it on this cable. So it's going to go into the image here, and then the glare output is the image going into here. And now you can see by default, this is kind of what it does, and it has the streaks. Now this might be something that you're going for if you kind of have sort of like a fantasy sort of vibe. This sort of sparkle can really work. But I prefer to go over here and change it from streaks to something like bloom, in which case it's really going to be big. But what you can do is you can come here to the highlights, and then you can bring down that threshold amount and actually increase it in this case. There we go. Just take it up. And if that doesn't have a big effect on it, which it doesn't always, what you can do is you can come up here, down here to the adjustments, and you can adjust the strength. Okay, so mess around with the threshold. If that doesn't give you the results you want, you can always bring the strength up or down. So over here, that just gives me a really nice result. Another thing is you can mess around with the saturation. So if you want the light to be kind of whiter, you can do that. But if you want it to kind of just keep its saturation, you can bring that up. And you also have the option here to tint. So you can add a bit of a tint to it. So here, if I make it a little bit green, maybe it makes it look a little bit more sort of like spooky, maybe Halloween-ish. But I'm just going to leave it as the default white here and just use the saturation. And then there's the glare size over here, which you can also mess around with. So if I take that all the way up to 1, it's really big. If I take it really small, but I bring up the strength, you can see this is what we have. So yeah, it's just really, really fun. And I'm going to really show you something as well that a lot of people don't know. You can actually duplicate this glare node, plug the image into here, and then what you can do is you can go Shift A, search, and get a color, and then get a mix color. It should be here somewhere. I'll just type in mix actually. There we go. Let's get a mix color. There we go. And then you can take the image, plug it into here, take this image, plug it into here, and then plug the image into these two here, like that. And then we can change maybe one of these to like a streaks. And now you have, if you enable this, you have the sort of thing you can blend with. So you can go between this one and this one, or sort of somewhere in between. And that can give you some really nice results actually. So now it's even a little bit more detailed, and you can add even another one and kind of blend it in, and you can just keep going. And this kind of gives you a really cool way of adding bloom and sparkle to a shot. So I really hope you guys have enjoyed this. I'll see you next time, and thank you for watching.